Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Thursday, the 7th day of October, National Chocolate-Covered Pretzel Day. There's something special about that. I do love
Man, chocolate-covered pretzels.
It's just like the perfect combination. Mm-hmm. National LED Light Day.
I love LED lights.
I was not a fan of those in the beginning at all. Now I love them. National Frappe Day. I don't think I was a fan of those in the beginning either, but I like those as well. National Inner Beauty Day. I've always loved inner beauty. I mean, I just always have. And National Trigeminal Neurology Awareness Day. I said probably all of those words wrong, except for awareness and day. I got those two right. But the rest of it, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't know what it means. Probably why it needs a special day.
Probably to raise awareness.
Today is also a Thursday, which means we have a Dear John letter. This is from Tippy Toes, a neighbor who's like tippy-toeing around the apartment because he's being too loud and his neighbor's being too loud.
Oh, yeah.
If you have some advice for Tippy Toes, you can chime in at facebook.com/JohnandHeidiShow.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A new survey looked at how the bedroom habits of 50 and older people have changed during the last 3/4 of a year. Let me see. Discovered that more than 3/4 are noticing significant changes. Okay, so it's over the last couple of years. I don't really know what this study is. It's people over the age of 50.
I don't know what I'm talking
and
about.
their bedroom habits. And believe it or not, 45% of them say they're having the best nookie of their life as they're growing older.
Really?
Yeah, so there's something to look forward to. Well, how many more years do we have before we have to... Another 3 to 5 years and we'll be in good shape, apparently. I got the study if you want to read it. I apologize for butchering that. But a new study finds 7 in 10 Americans love their job. I'm one of those.
I do most of the time.
I was waiting to... I didn't want to force feed anything to you and see what you... As she's laughing and pointing. Okay, there you go. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A Little Rock woman on parole from a 2015 conviction for felony driving while intoxicated was arrested for felony driving while intoxicated.
Well, there you go.
This is her 6th charge in 10 years.
How come?
I don't get it. Multiple incidents in Hot Springs. 41-year-old Tammy Haynes Russell taken into custody, 8 p.m., charged with her 6th DWI, punishable by 20 years in prison. It says up to. So hopefully it is, because she's not learning on the outside. So I don't know what else before she kills somebody, save her, save them, save everyone. Anyway, cited for driving left of center, driving a vehicle with no registration. She gets to go to a county district court real soon, remains in custody for now. She gets to hold an alcohol monitor up until she can be released. I don't know exactly what that means. Anyway.
I do not like that they keep allowing people to offend and offend and offend. That drives me insane.
Her arrests now, 6 times in 10 years, were in 2011, 2 of them, October and December, 2015, 2020, and 2021, and then a new one now, October 19th. So I just don't understand what is going on. It's a bad idea. Don't ever drink and drive. Please, please, please don't do that. It's a bad plan. Now, big screen, little screen brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. Saturday Night Live kicked off their 47th season. Holy cow, they're up to 47 seasons.
Yeah, I could
Wasn't
believe
it
that.
Just the 40th season a couple of years ago? Must have been 7
7
years
years
ago.
ago.
Well, imagine how that works. So, apparently they've got some pretty good actors on there, and I have to watch. I haven't watched it live in a long time, but I'll see clips on Facebook usually is where I see it, or like on YouTube or whatever. But I guess there was Dog the Bounty Hunter was on there, and I don't know if it was a spoof of Dog the Bounty Hunter or the real Dog the Bounty Hunter, but I have to check it out. James Bond producer Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson said that the search for the next 007 will not even start until sometime in 2022. Daniel Craig recently said he does not think the next James Bond should be a woman. So I don't know if they had brought that up and that's why he said it, or if he just decided to say that. You know what? I don't think it should be a woman. Okay,
I'm gonna irritate some people.
Daniel, that wasn't even part of the plan. Well, it shouldn't be. I'm going to just say this. If they ask me to be 007, I'm going to say no.
I think that's probably a good idea.
I know. It's a good plan. I just want to leave it for, somebody else. So even though nobody asked. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. New plans to develop a massive telescope on the moon could offer us more insight into the universe than ever before, even creating the possibility of a space travel center. Last year, NASA put aside $500,000. Is that right? 500,000. Yeah, that's not that much in NASA dollars.
That's not that much in NASA money.
I'm just saying. For research into the Lunar Crater Radio Telescope, with the goal of eventually using robots to build the telescope on the far side of the moon. It would be placed in a 100-meter wide crater. It would cost about $1 billion, maybe up to $5 billion. Now we're talking NASA money.
That is some serious NASA
Why not build
money.
it on Earth, you might ask? Go ahead and ask.
Why not build it on Earth?
Well, Earth's ionosphere is going to prevent us from observing radio waves longer than 10 meters, Heidi. Everybody knows
Ow,
that.
thank you for
being able to see
clarifying.
longer waves could offer new insights into the mysterious dark matter and the dark energy that make up the universe. We all know the universe is made out of only 4% matter. 95% of the universe is dark matter and dark energy. We understand very little about it, so I can understand how you'd
How I
get
might be
that wrong.
confused.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
So they're saying we're going to build it on the moon. That's the rest of the story. Hey, we all know that music has a significant impact on our day-to-day lives. Aside from being enjoyable pastime, music is therapeutic.
It certainly is.
It would be a very sad and boring world with no music. So it's really no surprise that an Australian study that dug into this found that people who go to concerts and listen to music and music festivals are happier people. They said there is a connection between people's happiness levels and whether or not they attend concerts and music festivals. So if you've been sad,
I would have to agree with that.
if you've been sad over the last year and you're going, I can't wait to get out and get to a concert, there's something to that. And that is going to do it for your scoop of the day. I got one other story, but I'm looking here. I don't have time to read it, so we'll do that one later. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right, this is an interesting letter. I don't know exactly what kind of advice we're going to be able to give, but you know what? Here's the good news. It's free to send the letter. Doesn't hurt to try, so hopefully we'll have some good advice for you. Here we go. Dear John, I live in an apartment with paper-thin walls. My neighbor and I work opposite shifts. Usually that's a good thing. When he's home, I'm at work, and vice versa. Lately, his schedule changed slightly, and he's home when I'm trying to sleep, and now I'm home when he's trying to sleep. Not sure how a few-hour shift in a schedule could cause so much frustration, but it has. He's been really grumpy towards me lately, and I'm not too happy with him either. As I'm trying to sleep, I hear his TV on super loud. When he's trying to sleep, I'm quiet as I can be, but apparently my microwave dings too loud because he mentioned that last week. Up until now, we've always gotten along really well. I'm hoping we can get used to these new schedules soon and things can get better. But until then, do you have any advice on how I can better deal with a loud and often angry neighbor? Signed, Tippy Toes. Well,
invest in earplugs and give the gift of earplugs.
And here's the thing I was going to say. I think having a conversation, and it sounds like it wasn't your schedule that changed, it was his schedule that changed. Maybe he's grumpy because he's not getting as much sleep as he used to get.
Yeah, that could be.
And you're right, maybe it'll get better.
There's nothing that he can do to fix that.
No, but here's what you could do is you guys could just chat and say, hey, you know what, this, we did, I don't know how long, it sounds like they've been there a while. We did this for years and it was just fine. So when are you planning on sleeping? I'll just try to make sure that I'm not making noise when you're trying to sleep, but if you could do the same thing for me. I often think a tiny conversation solves big problems.
For sure.
One of the things that I didn't, he was talking about the microwave, and I didn't even think about this, but our microwave makes a lot of noise. And there should be, and there are some that have this, there should be a setting to turn off the noise on a microwave. They should have that on all of them. But I know somebody that has one of those where they turned the microwave off because they had a baby that was sleeping and they could turn the noise off. I was like, then I'm looking at our microwave, I'm like, oh, we must have a cheap microwave. Ours does not have that. So it is a great idea. So check and see. For you, I guess that doesn't solve your problem of not being able to sleep, but you could see if there's a way to make your microwave not ding. Here's what I do when I'm trying to sneak a snack in the middle of the night and Heidi's sleeping. I just stop it before it gets down to zero.
But still on ours, you got to push the buttons and you still hear the buttons.
Yeah, but it's a lot better than our microwave is like... as soon as it goes off, it beeps, 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 beeps a bunch. Like if you're not in the room when it's done, it is super annoying.
Right.
So, and I don't know if that's what this guy's complaining about. I can't imagine it would just be punching in the buttons, beeping it. But again, if there's a way to silence that, and then, you know.
Or just give him a gift of some headphones or some earplugs, some sleeping thing. So if I'm ever being too noisy, here you go. Put these in and go to sleep, dude. And you can use the same thing. There's no reason for you guys to be irritated with each other. They literally create products for this problem.
They do indeed. But it just sounds like a lot of work.
Jeez.
Hey, do you have an idea for Tippy Toes? I love the name, Tippy Toes. He had that. I didn't even have to make up a name this time. I usually make up the names, but if you make up the name when you send your letter, I'll use your name. That's cool. I always keep it anonymous, by the way. So if you've ever been thinking, I'd like to send a letter, but I don't want my neighbor knowing that it's me. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going through this exact thing right now. Okay, maybe not. You can submit your Dear John letter at the same place where you can answer this one. You can chime in with your advice for Tippy Toes at facebook.com/johnandheidishow. You can also send your letter right to our website if that's easier for you, and that is johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In the Old West times, more cowboys died crossing swollen rivers than ever died during gunfights.
Swollen rivers?
Yeah, like there was a lot of water, and then they were trying to cross it, and they got washed away.
Ah.
Yeah, so, but you know why we don't really have as many awesome stories about that? Because that's not a great story.
No, that's kind of a sad story.
It's very sad. Well, so is a gunfight where you get blown away. That's a sad story, too.
But at least that's a cool sad story.
Well, it is a cool sad story, but it's a very sad story nonetheless. So there you go. If you ever wondered about that, how people died in the Old West. More died crossing the river than in a gunfight.
There you go.
Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, radiotravelgroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline Australia. An Australian wildlife tour operator said he was lucky to escape more serious injury or even death when a crocodile lunged from a river and clamped onto his hand with its jaws.
Oh,
That would be awful.
that would be terrifying.
Imagine if you were on that tour and the operator's like pointing out the left here, you'll see, and then this crocodile jumps up.
Oh,
And I wonder what the guy said when that was happening. Do you think he kept doing the tour?
no. I'm guessing probably not. There was a slight interruption.
On the right, if you'll all look that way as I pry this crocodile off my arm. Look over there, please. Don't watch. This is going to get bad. No, that is, I can't even imagine. So that's a tough dude right there. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Documents reveal that a Seattle driving school was selling fake passing grades for hundreds of dollars. They did this to at least 2,000 applicants who were struggling to pass their driver's test. In some cases, the fraudulent tests were sold for thousands of dollars. Details described in a Washington State Department of Licensing audit report conducted by the agency's TSA Fraud and Investigations Unit. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Anyway, they were selling, for whatever reason, passing grades. You'd think these people would go, hey, we don't want you driving if you don't know how to drive. But $2,000 to $4,000 for some of these things. 2017 through 2021. They were giving people tests. In some cases, these people did not know the basic driving rules at all. Steve Wong, former owner of a school, voluntarily closed his business following the findings because he was one that was, charged with this. He said he no longer has a license to operate a driving school in the state now. They asked Wong for a list of who purchased the passing grades. So things going to get interesting there. That is kind of like Varsity Blues.
The Varsity Blues.
Yeah, this one's
the college university scandal.
This
Here we go again, round
drivers in Washington State.
Yikes.
Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. I'm not giving people advice, but I'm telling you, according to this story, when you're shoplifting, you're supposed to try to blend in, not stand out.
You would think that's kind of common sense.
But this shoplifter, 41-year-old Joel Lewis, stole a couple of watches from a Walmart, and when he went in there, he was dressed quite wildly, wearing a Gronkowski jersey, and was wearing apparently a pretty wild outfit. Made him stand out quite a bit.
Okay.
He confessed to stealing the watches. It was only $39.76 worth of items, so it wasn't like he stole a lot of stuff. But he got to go to jail on a $2,150 bond. And at the time he was arrested, he was already on a bond for another arrest that happened last month. That was for striking his girlfriend during an argument. Okay. He's got a lengthy rap sheet, includes multiple felony convictions.
So he's been making good choices.
No, he has not, and I think he should make better choices. All right. It's your moment of duh. Brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but But I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hale Ridge, 2 words, Hale Ridge, Boonville, Missouri. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Hale Ridge.
Hale Ridge.
Yeah.
That is a golf course.
And the answer is...
There we go. See?
Back on track
Yes,
today.
I am.
You always do better on Thursdays. Do you notice that?
Do I? I have not
no
noticed.
idea. I literally
paid no
just made that up. I have no clue. I haven't really been keeping track. I keep thinking I'm gonna, and then I just don't. So I don't know why.
Oh,
But
goodness.
that is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. This is actually great news. It's better than good news, Heidi. It's
Okay.
great news.
All right.
Headline: Scientists develop insulin that can be kept without refrigeration. Here's why that is great news. Think about this. During a power outage, if you have insulin that has to be refrigerated
Yes.
and you have no power, what do? Well, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble.
Well, a team of scientists in India developed a thermostable variety of insulin, which eliminates the need to keep it refrigerated. This development is being hailed as a major scientific breakthrough. Research has been led by 2 scientists in the Bose Institute, the Indian Institute of Chemical Biology as well, and 2 others from the Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. So this is all happening in India. Successfully introduced a matrix of 4 amino acid peptide molecules. That's what I was going to do too. They prevented solidification of the insulin molecules, of course, when not refrigerated. Everybody knows that. While insulin needs to be kept at an ideal temperature, this new variety would be able to withstand temperatures up to 149 degrees. So they're saying, it's usually it has to stay below 46 degrees. So they're saying this is a game changer. I think it's really, really cool. And
It is cool.
The thing that's nice about this, once again, it's probably not going to be a major issue for most people most of the time. But when there is
an issue, it's dire.
Exactly. That now that you don't have to worry about being in a danger zone because the power went out and my insulin's going to get bad. And I think that's really, really cool. And when you think about many parts of the world, they struggle with electricity. They struggle with refrigeration. So this is huge for many,
Yes,
many,
it
many
is.
people. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.